Hey Libra, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your reading for the month of September. So as I was focusing on your energy, I felt this image of a clock, and it was actually like a pocket watch chained to your pants, and you kept checking this pocket watch, and I was like, why are you checking this watch? And then I realized you were like out somewhere in nature doing some sort of like hike or run or physical activity, and you were checking. I realized you wouldn't have a pocket watch for that activity. It's just what came out. And I think it's hearkening to the past. It's speaking to me of the past, which is why it showed up like that. But you were timing yourself, and you were checking your time based on past times. I think this whole thing is a much larger energy for the way that you compare. It's like competition with yourself in terms of timing. Oh, I used to do that faster, or I've done that faster in the past, or the opposite. Like I'm trying to move faster with something than I have in the past. There's something about timing yourself. I don't know. So we're going to pull some cards here and see what comes out. And maybe that message of timing yourself will be revealed a little more specifically. I mean, listen, it could be something as literal as some of you are training for some sort of competition or some sort of race. That is certainly possible. But I imagine it's also quite a metaphor. So let's see what comes out here for you, Libra. Ace of Swords. I'm going to lay the cards and then I'll get into it, okay? Eight of Coins has come out in almost every reading for the month of September. This is Sun in Virgo. Virgo energy is just like coming in strong. I love it. I mean, I'm a Virgo, but Virgo season is here. It is definitely here. Too many cards. It is making its presence known because it's time to get to work. And Judgment. Eight of Coins and Judgment have been coming out for everybody. And often the Judgment is in this exact placement, right at the center of the reading. It's very, very, very interesting. Okay, Five of Swords. Two more for Libra, please. Or three. Okay. Beautiful. So we're starting off here, Libra. Ace of Swords. This is some sort of revelation, some sort of truth coming in. And it's coming in, one second. I mean, listen, I know it's Virgo reading. Virgo season and so many of these readings in the season have been about work for folks. But that makes sense. That's what Virgos a lot of the time are really focused on and interested in. So I got to read what's here. There is some sort of revelation regarding your work out in the world, what you choose to create through your work. There's a revelation or a truth coming in. See, the Sun in Virgo card is all about the crafts person, practical building. There's a revelation about that coming through. And you know, we have the Five of Pentacles, which has been coming out as well. This is a card about worrying about money. It's a card about worrying about resources in general, like you're not going to have enough, fearing that you're not going to have what you need. It could also be fearing that you are not enough inherently, like this intrinsic scarcity mindset that you don't have what you need to do what you want to do, or that you yourself are not enough to accomplish the task. Or if you do what you want to do in the way you want to do it, you won't have the resources that you need. Something about that is coming through, but there's a truth coming in, and the truth comes when you listen to your intuition. Here's the Priestess. It's interesting that it's right next to Judgment. We have this snake. Energy. The snake is wound around the Priestess, and the Priestess is calling the snake. You see that? The Priestess is the one who determines, like the Priestess communicates with the snake. The snake is all about transformation. And then here in the Judgment card, we have the snake transforming, shedding its old skin. Interesting. The Priestess is about listening to your intuition, your deep knowing regarding some sort of revelation, some sort of truth, some sort of idea that has a lot of potential, but may require you to really shed a skin, shed an old skin. You know, the Five of Swords is also here. A card of conflict, a card of like, could be internal struggle. This feels very internal. It's about an external thing, but it feels like an internal struggle about an external thing here. So this could be like you, your inner conflict about this. And there's something about just cutting through with the truth. Cutting through the confusion, cutting through the battles that you're waging inside of yourself with the truth. See that sword piercing right down the middle? I'm seeing this as a crystal ball, and I'm getting specifically that you're worried about your future. There's like, whoever I'm talking to here with this, it's like, this is worries about the future. And see how you're trying to like stick your hands in there and like control it? Well, when you do that, you might get a knife in the hand. You know, like that's the sensation of this, is like you trying to control the outcome because you're afraid of loss. When really, you need to listen to your intuition, go ahead and shed the skin, because this idea, it's like this whole middle row here, the center of your reading, is really talking about uniting with your own intuition. Page of Cups. Half fish, half human. The fish half of you is down in your emotions, in your intuitive emotional waters. That's what informs you moving forward. That's what informs you in flow. This card is very flowing, and it's coming in a row with a bunch of snakes that are all sort of flowing in that same way, that same energy. See what I'm seeing here? We got snakes going like this, snakes going like this, you know, the fish going like this. And this is all feeling, actually now I'm getting the image of the number 8, the infinity symbol, which is talking about the magician. It's talking about abundance. So I do think this really is about your career And it's about your fears. That if you go with this idea or this revelation, which seems very much about moving from your center, moving forward intuitively rather than so much logically. You're worried that's going to create some sort of loss for you, but in reality, we've got the whispers of abundance, albeit mysteriously, with the intuitive energies of the snake and the fish and the depths, the intuitive waters. But there's promise here of shedding the skin and emerging. Emerging has been a message for a lot of folks because we keep getting the judgment card, okay? So there is this sense of emerging from the depths of your intuition with this with this idea that you can really practically put into practice and work with. And if you can see this in the Page of Cups, see the 2 tulips? There's like a little there's whispers of blossoming. There's whispers of abundance. There's whispers of these things coming out of all of this. But it seems like September for you is really a deeper dive. It's moving towards pardon me, you resolving the inner conflict in yourself that is based in fear and being willing to shed the skin in order to move forward. The Hierophant is here as well, another card that's asking you to look towards your intuition, higher self. All of this energy that starts down at the depths and goes like this, and it's pointing upward, it's moving you up, it's ascension, it's emerging, it's kundalini rising, it's all of this type of movement that is at the bottom of this reading that slithers and coils and flows up to the practical realm, revelation, something you can actually work with, overcoming fears of scarcity. There's something really interesting in that movement here for you, Libra. You would think the practical stuff would be at the bottom, but actually what I'm getting is that the way that you bring whatever you're trying to build into the 3D is actually by going down to the depths and like scooping that up and allowing it to flow a little bit. And I'm getting that this state of more like flow and moving more from a place of mystery and curiosity about the mystery is not necessarily your bag, because that meditation in the beginning is like very controlled. Like what you were doing in that meditation was, it was like you were training for a race. And you know, if you're in that mentality of capitalism, it's sort of, it does make you feel like you're in a race. It makes you feel like you're in some sort of race competition, even if it's just with yourself. There's still this pressure, which honestly is just breeding ground for control, for feeling like you need to control. And what I'm getting is, let me just show you this, because it's pretty massive. We got a lot of major arcana on the board for you, but specifically major arcana that's talking about transforming your intuitive energies. Here we've got the mysterious depths of intuition with the Priestess. Here we've got the higher self with the Hierophant. That channel between heaven and earth. The one, this is like Virgo energy, actually. I know that's not the association in the tarot, but it's coming through as Virgo energy here, and it's right below the 8 of Coins. it's coming through as Virgo energy because it transmutes what is above down into what is here below. It's the channel, the go-between. And then we also have Temperance. Temperance is that angel doing divine alchemy, making the impossible possible. I just saw 1717, the star, and the number 8. 7 plus 1 is 8. All right, so that's that 8 figure, that promise of abundance. So allow the unseen to work behind the scenes a bit to make this abundance, the impossible that seems like it can't happen, possible. This is the judgment that's here for you. Like judgment meaning awakening. This is very much about awakening. An internal awakening to your higher intuitive energies. To your own intuition that allows you to shed patterns or the need for control that is born out of the place of fear and conflict. It's actually like, no, actually, your higher self, your intuition is trying to bring you this revelation into a different way of materializing. And then we have Leo energy here, which is very interesting, and I kind of like this. There's something about you shining, you know, coming out and really just coming out of this process with this new idea that's sort of just like bursting, you know, like this is who I am. It's a new way of expressing yourself. It's energy of the sun, illumination, joy. So it may be that at the end of this, you know, there's some sort of revelation coming through about the work that you do out in the world and how you can do that work in a way that brings you joy, that allows you to express yourself authentically. I just saw 1919, okay? 19 being the sun card, and I'm talking about the sun. 9 plus 1 is 10, the wheel. Number 1, magician. So this is a change for you to open up to the possibility that you could love what you do, that what you do could allow you to express yourself authentically and with joy, and you won't lose money, and you won't suffer loss, that you'll have what you need. And it may be different than what you're used to because, again, I'm getting this like need to release control and the need to allow flow. Interesting, Libra. Very, very interesting coming through here. And I'm also getting that like the seeds for this may have been planted in Leo season, which is where what we're coming out of here. And that temperance, that divine alchemy that's been working in the background may have been working all the way back in Leo season, and whether you know it or not. Big players here on the board for you, but internal players. Priestess, Hierophant. That's you. That's the as above, so below within you. And Temperance is that outer big force that's here to help make all of that happen. Because when you make a shift inside of yourself, the external energies shift as a result. I've been talking about that a lot in all of these readings. It keeps coming up, this idea of really understanding co-creation. I just saw 2112. Really understanding co-creation, right? 1, the magician. 2, the priestess. Co-creation, action out in the world based on your internal intuition. Okay. Let's get a liminal space. A postcard from the liminal space here for Libra. During this transformation, this shedding of the skin, this new way of doing things. All right. Money, money, money. So yeah, that's confirming to me that this is about money, and I'm also getting something about a gamble. It again, because that 5 of coins, it sort of feels like a gamble. Feels like a gamble to you to do what truly brings you joy, or whatever this new idea is, this like revelation that comes in feels like a gamble to you. I'm getting that there's more. Okay, so this card is coming through for you in a different way. This is not a dream, is what it says, and there's these like houses and these sort of glaring megaphones going off, almost like sirens going off. This is not a dream, wake up. What I'm getting for you is you think that that whatever this is for you, whoever I'm talking to here, Libra, you think this is sort of like oh, that's just a dream. That's just a dream. And this is saying, no, this is not a dream. This is not some reckless gamble. This is actually something that can materialize here with the 8 of coins. But it requires an inner transformation on your part. It requires a deeper dive into your intuition and a deep trust. Okay, I'm being told to stop there. So, Libra, thank you for watching your September reading here. If this inner transformation, trusting the process on this new idea or potentially new work endeavor, and the fears that are around that, if that's resonating with you, and you want to get more insight into how this is actually affecting your specific situation, please get in contact with me, and we will book a personal reading to dive into that a little bit deeper. All the information is in the description box below. You can find my website, Patreon, Instagram, all the ways that you can find me here. But if you enjoyed this reading, please do click that like button and click subscribe, because it just helps us ride the algorithm of YouTube here, and let YouTube know that you're digging what I'm putting out, okay? So Libra, thanks for watching. I'll be checking in throughout September to see how this is going. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.